And we're back. Now in today's video, we will be helping the Cleveland Cavaliers on their rebuild, all right? So y'all know last year they were in the finals. The year before that, they were in the finals and everything. But this year, after losing LeBron James, they took a step back and they're like, you know what? We're going to rebuild. As much as Tristan Thompson said that the Cavs are still going to be a threat, well, they really weren't. They really weren't. So the Cleveland Cavaliers are basically on the first year of their rebuild. So this video may be a little bit longer than the other ones because sometimes it takes us 2 years or 3 years to rebuild a team. But this team is so fresh that it may take a little bit longer. Now, Collin Sexton has been playing amazing recently. So that's the reason I'm doing this video today, because like last night, I think he had like 25 or something like that. And it was like, you know what? Let's help him win a championship. So look at his numbers, right? Early in the season, before the All-Star break, he was averaging 15 points per game, shooting 40%. Not the greatest, but it's still decent for a rookie, right? And then after the All-Star break, he's been averaging 20 points per game, and he's shooting 48% from the field while also shooting 45% from three. So he's been very, very good since the All-Star break. The real thing is I need him to be a better playmaker, but we'll help him do that as I am the GM. But he's been really good. So I want to help him be the point guard of the Cleveland Cavaliers' future and help them get another championship. So now that I'm looking at this team, like I will trade Kevin Love. I'll probably trade Tristan Thompson. Like a lot of these guys will be traded. The only guy I feel invested into is Collin Sexton and then also Cedi Osman. Like those are the two guys. And then Cedi, I don't even know in real life, in 2K, I don't know if they got his potential high enough that this may be how he is for the rest of his career. So maybe we're not even invested in him. But our goal is to get the first overall pick so we can get Zion. And if we don't get the first overall pick, I don't know exactly what we're going to do, because if we have the second overall pick, we don't need like Ja, so we may trade down. I'm not exactly sure how we're going to do things, but my goal is to help this team win eventually, and it may take a while. Let's lose out the rest of these games. I'll see y'all in a second. All right, so James Harden won MVP. These are the awards. You can read it for yourself. I just want to see who wins a championship and everything. And trust me, I did notice that Collin Sexton was in the G League. There's a little thing that if you put a player into the G League and he's young, he'll come out of the G League the next year and his overall will be crazy. So we're trying to speed up the Collin Sexton development by putting him in the G League. But let's see who wins the NBA championship. We kind of have an idea usually who it's going to be, but you never know. Sometimes 2K throws you for a loop. Like right now, the Houston versus Golden State series is going well. Houston goes to game 7 and they beat them. The Warriors out. The Warriors out. So I thought they were going to win it all, but it don't look like they will. Now you got Portland versus Houston in the finals. This is of course without injury, so Yusuf Nurkic is playing and everything. And Portland is in the finals. Wow. But they do get swept against Kawhi Leonard and company. But Marc Gasol wins finals MVP, average of 23. All right. None of that. All of that is over. All that is over. And it's time for us to get things going. So the worst 3 teams have a 14% chance of obtaining the first overall pick. Y'all know that's how it is in real life. So we're going to prove that and go straight into the draft lottery. We are projected to have one of the top 3 picks. So let's hope we end up getting that one. And we end up with 2. See, okay, now things are getting interesting here because, again, we don't need Ja. And I'm pretty sure Ja's projected to go number 2 in this draft. Where's the mock draft? Oh, they're saying RJ should go too. See, RJ's probably the guy I want to go with because that's a wing player to have alongside Collin. So, yeah, maybe we'll just take RJ number 2. The Knicks get Ja potentially. Like, this is the mock draft, so who knows how it's going to go. But the Mavericks jumped all the way up to get that first overall pick. So the Mavericks are about to have, like, a really good team. Zion, Luka, and Kristaps all on the same court at the same time. That's legendary. So I decided I'm going to wait until after free agency to trade Kevin Love, like the beginning of the next season, because I don't want to mess anything up. But Zion was taken number 1, obviously. So we will take RJ Barrett number 2. And they're projecting him to be like Sidney Moncrief, which is great, or Danny Green. So let's hope that he sees Sidney Moncrief. Boom. Let's see what other pick we have. Do we have another first rounder? We do. We got one more first round pick. Okay. So we're going to make this trade for Rui. I'm just going to call him that. I'm not trying to pronounce his last name. But he was drafted at number 10. And the Celtics want me to get him. So I'll take him. And we bring in Robert Williams as well. So I'll do that trade. And we'll leave it at that. So those are the 2 players we ended up with. Zion, of course, scored number 1. We got RJ Barrett and Rui. So I think that's a pretty good draft if you ask me. But who knows how it's going to turn out. So team options, we're going to let J.R. Smith walk because he didn't really play for us anyway. And let's see what free agency's like, man. I don't think we have any money, but I kind of want to see who goes where. Like, yeah, we have literally no money. Wow. All right, so the team that you see is the team you're going to get. We can probably sign a backup point guard for Collin Sexton. And that's pretty much it. We have so many centers. Wow, we're going to have to trade somebody. Like John Henson or Tristan Thompson. One of these guys going to get traded at the beginning of next season. Same thing with Kevin Love. So let's try to get a backup small forward and a backup point guard to complete our team. So KD went to the 76ers. Kyrie went to the Clips. Jimmy went to the Pacers. Clay went to the Lakers. DeMarcus Cousins goes to the Hawks. Tobias Harris goes to the Knicks. And, yep, we did that. DeAndre Jordan goes to the Kings. That's actually not terrible. The Warriors pick up Bogdanovich because they lost KD and Klay Thompson and Boogie. So they needed somebody. Paul Millsap stays. Chris Middleton goes to the Knicks. We still got Kemba Walker out there on the market, so I don't know where he's going to go. But I'm just going to go to player progress to see how good Collin Sexton got. Hopefully a lot better. And he is a 77 overall right now. Not the greatest, but I'm not going to complain about it. It's also only his second season. So lastly, we're going to go to training camp. I'm going to send Collin Sexton to potential camp. I'm going to send RJ to potential camp. And if I have a third one, we'll send Rui. So we're going to trade Tristan Thompson in the second round pick for Bismack Biyombo in the first. So they make about the same amount of money and both on expiring contracts. But I just wanted that first round pick. I tried to look around the league for a trade for Kevin Love and pretty much nobody wanted him, or I didn't see a trade that was like I felt good about. So this is what our team is going to look like for this season. Still too many centers, though. I don't want Bismack playing any minutes. Give us our young guys playing minutes over him. But, like, yo, let me show y'all what we could get for Kevin Love. It's really nothing. It's really nothing. No team wants Kevin Love, and maybe it's because of that money. Like, I don't need Eric Bledsoe. I don't need a 33-year-old Al Horford, especially if they want my first-round pick. Gallinari's interesting, but he's 31 years old, just like Kevin Love. We don't need another point guard. Kim Bazemore is nothing for us. Like, there's really no trades out here. So I think we're going to keep him. Like, this Miles Turner trade is not realistic at all. So I don't even want to take it. It's not even close to realistic. There's no way they're going to trade Miles Turner for Kevin Love, especially. Oh, actually, this trade isn't too far off, but I don't want to give up a first-round pick because they have Domantas Sabonis and Miles Turner. They don't need both of those centers. So if they make this trade, they have Victor Oladipo, Jimmy Butler, Kevin Love, Domantas Sabonis. It's not terrible. So let's keep that one in mind. But the other trades you can see just not very good. I could do the throwback trade, or they were traded for each other, but both players have crazy contracts now, so I don't want that. Part of me wants to do this deal, but I don't want to give up a first-round pick. What if we gave y'all Zizic? Which one do I want more? Do I want Zizic more, or do I want Robert Williams more? I want Robert Williams. So what if we did this deal? They want 2 second-round picks. They'll give us. We'll do that trade. Okay. I don't know if that was the most realistic trade, but in my mind, it kind of made sense. It kind of made sense to do that for them, and we'll see how good they are now. They have Kevin Love to spread that floor for them. But now we have Doug McDermott to be our backup small forward, so he can get some good minutes. We want Collin Sexton playing a lot of minutes, and then I guess we'll have Robert Williams playing some more minutes, even though we have Larry Nance. Oh, okay. This is how we're going to do things. We're going to have Larry Nance be our starting power forward alongside Miles Turner. We're going to have, I still forgot to pronounce his name, Ryu, come off our bench. Robert Williams is going to get the remaining of these minutes. So last thing I got to do is we have to make Larry Nance a power forward, and his overall should go up from that. And I think we're ready for this season. I sent RJ, Collin to potential camp, so this may not be a season where they play amazing, but they're going to play pretty good. And then we have like Jordan Clarkson as our 6th man. Like, honestly, I don't think this team's very good, but it could be an interesting team. All right, y'all. So, we suck. We're 0-5, and I know it's still early in the season. Anything can happen, but we just got offered this trade, a unprotected first-round pick from Dallas for Courtney Lee for Jordan Clarkson. I think I'd be crazy not to accept this deal because Jordan Clarkson is a free agent this season, and I don't know if I'm going to bring him back. And I know the Dallas Mavericks are probably going to be pretty good, but a first-round pick is a first-round pick, so we're going to accept that trade. We're going to accept that trade. And then with those 25 minutes, we're going to give some of them to Courtney Lee and give up some of them to Courtney Lee, give some of it to Robert Williams, and then 5 minutes left, we're going to give it to Omri Caspi. All right, so the season is over. James Harden wins another MVP. Our boy RJ came in and averaged 24 for us, so, like, I'm feeling good about his future. Serge won Sixth Man of the Year. Collin Sexton was most improved. He also averaged 20 for us. So our young backcourt looked pretty good. We only won 31 games, but that's okay for a young backcourt like ours. All right, so I'm feeling pretty good about our team. Let's take a look at everyone else's stats other than our top 2 scorers. We go over to player stats here. We got RJ, Collin, and then Miles Turner averaging about 12. You know, that's kind of what he does. He's been doing his entire career pretty much. I wish he'd average a little bit more, but he plays that defense, so I cannot complain. Then we got our other rookie. Yep, averaging about 10, so that's pretty good for his rookie season. But I like the big step we saw from Collin Sexton, and I love the rookie season from RJ. Let's see who wins the championship here. The Warriors don't make the playoffs after losing all the players that they lost, so that's interesting. And then the Pacers end up being the 8th seed with Jimmy, Victor Oladipo, K-Love. But they were just up 3-1 on the number 1 seed, and boom, they were the 8th seed, but they get out of the first round because that's a good team if you ask me. But then they're going against the Atlanta Hawks, who are also pretty young, and the Atlanta Hawks are going to the Eastern Conference Finals with Trae Young and them. I don't remember who they drafted, but Trae Young and them ended up in the Eastern Conference Finals. And then that Dallas Mavericks team with Kristaps and Luka and Zion made the playoffs but got eliminated in the first round. Boston versus Houston in the finals. And Houston closed it out in Game 7. James Harden averages 35 in the finals. All right, I do want to take a look at one more thing before we get done with the season. And Zach LaVine was 5th all in the league in scoring. So shout out to my bull there. I kind of wanted to take a look at that Dallas Mavericks team, and I'm kind of fascinated with how they're doing things, so I kind of just want to see how they look. So Kristaps averages 20+. Luka only averages 14, but he averages 7 assists as well. So he probably took a little bit less shots than he did in his rookie season because he got more weapons. Zion averaged 17 or 16. And let's see what number pick we end up with. Our pick went to the Atlanta Hawks. How did they get our pick? That was all the way from the Cal Korver trade. Wow, that's gonna bite us in the butt. The Lakers with LeBron end up with the 1st overall pick. So let me load in this year's draft class so they can get the people that they need. But like, we had the number 2 overall pick and we can't do anything with it because it's not ours anymore. So the Lakers, they ended up signing Kevin Love, right? I mean, not Kevin Love, but Klay Thompson. So this team of Lonzo, Klay Thompson, LeBron, Kyle Kuzma, and Marco. Oh, no, this guy, he hasn't played. He's in Europe. So, and Mo Wagner didn't make the playoffs. They were 1 loss away from being the worst team in the league. That's crazy. LeBron, 2 years in a row, my guy. Cedi Osman. He averaged 8 for us this year. But for $4 million, we'll keep him around. He hasn't got better, so maybe we'll trade him sooner than later. But we do have some money. So let's see what we need. All right, so here we are, player progression. Unfortunately, Cedi Osman got offered a contract that I could not match. It was crazy amount of money. And I don't want to put that much into a guy that wasn't getting better. So Miles Turner gets better. Collin Sexton gets better. RJ gets better. Everybody on our team is getting better. So we signed Nico Mirotic. We signed Joe Harris. We signed Sebastian Napier. And Kentavious Caldwell-Pope is now on the team. I like our team a lot this year. I think this could be a playoff team when you think about how much better our players are getting. I want to send Collin Sexton to like point guard camp so he can pass the ball a little bit more. You know, get everybody else involved just a little bit like that. And then I think that's pretty much it. Like, I really think that we're going to make the playoffs this year, but I don't think this is a championship year for us, but the playoffs is the step in the right direction. So let's send, where is it at? Fundamentals camp? No, that's not it. combo guard thing. So it gives it in this passive vision, passing IQ. So we need that for our boy Collin Sexton. And wow, his passing numbers are not that bad. His vision's pretty bad, but like his IQ and his accuracy is pretty good. So if we can get that vision up, he can get to a point where he's averaging like 8 or 9 assists. Perimeter shooting, we're gonna give it to our boy, the other guy that we drafted, whose name I still don't know. And then Mouse Turner, we're gonna send to big man camp. All right, so let's see what the rotation looks like. So part of the reason I signed Nico was kind of to trade him. He had no offers, and I was like, I signed him for 12 mil. So it's like, can we get somebody for him just later? So let's try to look at that now, because I don't need him with Larry Nance Jr. and then the other guy whose name I'm still not trying to pronounce on the team. I'm probably going to start the younger guy over Larry Nance, but let's see if we can get somebody nice on our squad. Dwayne Wade now plays in Portland, by the way. And, ooh, this is not looking very good. Will Barton wouldn't be terrible. He's also on a 1-year deal, though. I want somebody that can be there for the next couple years for us. Justice Winslow would be fire. Let's see. But they already have Kelly Olynyk. I'm not going to make this deal because it doesn't make sense for them. Again, I want to try to keep this relatively real. All right, so there wasn't really a trade out there, so this is what our team is looking like. I made this guy a small forward. I thought his stats wouldn't hurt us too bad. He can knock down some shots, and then his defense was pretty solid as well on the perimeter. So I'm like, why not just have him run some small forward as well? As you can see, like his on-ball defense is a little below average, but it's still decent enough that I feel okay with it. And he plays defense consistently, so I'm like, cool, he can stay. And we got Larry Nance. Actually, I'm going to make it be Nico Mirotic for the shooting aspect. Larry Nance off our bench. Joe Harris, Sebastian Napier, Robert Williams. And then if we need to, Kentavious can play some minutes, but I think we're cool right now. So I'm going to simulate this entire season. Hopefully the playoffs are coming. So Giannis won MVP. Tulin Tucker wins Rookie of the Year. 6-man went to that guy. Giannis Defensive Player of the Year, Most Improved wins Romeo Langford. And Alvin Gentry wins Coach of the Year. But we ended up winning 59 games, which is the most we've had here in Cleveland in a couple years. So RJ is all NBA third team. I knew one of our guys had to be up there, and it is RJ. So let's take a look at their stats. I'm feeling pretty good. I don't think this is a championship winning team, but if it is, I'll take my dubs and get out of here. RJ averaged 25, 5 and 5. Collin Sexton averages 23 and 6. Mouse Turner still averaging his 12.5 and 8. Also about 2 blocks. I feel good about our team, man. Let's see how it goes going against Orlando Magic in the first round. They still have Nick Vucevic and everything. Let's see if we can. We lose game 1, so that's not very, very good. Game 2 we win. Game 3 we win. Game 4 we win. All right, we're gonna get out of the first round potentially. Hopefully, please don't blow a 3-1. It looked like we're gonna blow it, and we did not. All right, game 7 we came out to play. You know what I want to do? I want to shorten our rotation because I need our guys to play as many minutes as possible, and yeah, that's how we're gonna do things. All right. Round 2 against Toronto. I think they have a better team than us, but we'll see if we can get out of here with a sneaky 7-game series win. Game 1, we lose. Game 2, we win. Game 3, we lose. Game 4. All right, we fighting. We need this. Game 5 is the most important one, and we lose. And we're going to Game 7. No simcasting, baby. We're going right into it, and we lost. We lost in Game 7. Kawhi Leonard said, hold on, I got us, and he did have them. But on the other side of the bracket, we got Luka, Zion, and Kristaps in their first Western Conference Finals. And it looks like they're going to get out of there and go to the championship against Toronto. And, oh, they went up 2-0. They won it. Luka, Kristaps, and Zion won a championship super quick. Wow, I'm impressed. I'm impressed with their rebuild. Is that DeJounte Murray? They also have DeJounte Murray somehow. Harrison Barnes is back. Their team is very good. And we gave them Jordan Clarkson too. All right. That's how it went, and we're one step closer. Next year is going to be our year. I feel it. We got Carmelo, Dwayne Wade, and Iggy all retiring in the same year. We have 1 first-round pick, but I'm pretty sure it's the Bucks pick. Right? Didn't we take the Bucks pick? Yeah, so they had the 26th pick, and the 29th pick is ours too. We need to make a big splash, man. We need another piece. We like our 2 guys here. Miles Turner has been cool, but if we can flip Miles Turner into a better center, I'll do that. But what center is on the market, we think? All right, so player progression, here we come. I did make one big signing, and it's not even that big, but he was basically the best guy there, and it was Julius Randle. Julius Randle's now on the team, so I like that signing a lot. We still have Larry Nance and Nico Mirotic, and I want to kind of package those guys in for somebody else. I may be even willing to package this guy in if we can get a superstar small forward to replace him, because, again, we want to win a championship this year. Everybody's still getting better. We brought in Dwayne Dedmon, Norman Powell, DeAndre Bembry, and this guy, Jonathan Gibson, who I don't know. So let's hope that we can make a big splash. We got to find a team that's selling their best small forward and try to make a trade for him. So there's one team selling, and that's the Timberwolves. So I know it's not the superstar small forward that I mentioned, but center, I mean, I said I wanted to upgrade our center anyway. We'll give y'all Time Lord. You give us back your worst player, and you need $5,000 extra, okay? Give us back Jeff Teague. Wait. What did I just read? So we need to give you 12. So we'll also give you Nico Mirotic, and then you give us your cheapest player. I don't think this is ever going to be enough. We'll give y'all a first, 2 firsts, 3 firsts. Boom. And all of those first-round picks were this year's first-round pick. From the Mavericks, from the Hornets, and then our pick. We picked up Cat, Collin Sexton, RJ, Ryu. Still don't know that. Julius Randle and Karl Anthony Towns. Larry Nance off our bench along with Joe Harris, Norman Powell, Dwayne Dedmon. And I do want to get a better backup point guard. So let's try to find one. I'll give y'all Bembry. Actually, no. Jeff Teague, who we just picked up, in a second. Is somebody willing to take that money? Please tell me somebody's willing to take that money. And nobody wants this money. I don't blame y'all, to be honest with you. That's a bad contract. That's a very bad contract. So I guess we won't have a backup point guard this year. What system are we playing? Not defense. We want to do the space and pace with Jacob Underwood, and hopefully that's good enough to win a championship. So we won 70 games on the season. I don't care about no awards unless it's dealing with our Cleveland Cavaliers. And it don't look like they do. Oh, Coach of the Year. Makes sense to me. Any Cavs players, all NBA teams, because we just had the best record in the league, but nobody. They disrespected all of us. But that Zion, Kristaps, Luka team is also a team out west that we got to look out for, but they only won 56. I mean, nobody's even close to us this season. So let's go out there. Let's try to win this championship. Let's make the rotation a little bit shorter. Karl Anthony Towns, his numbers are a little bit down from last season, but because he's sharing the ball with Collin Sexton, who still averages his 20 regardless. RJ is still going to average his 20 regardless. And this guy, he's there for defense, And then Julius Randle, his first season with the Cavs, averaged 15. All right, first round. Going against Orlando again. Oh, my God. We can get our payback to the Toronto Raptors if they get out of the first round. We know we getting out of the first round, but can they? All right, payback, man. It ain't happening again. It's not happening again. Last year was a fluke. Last year was a complete fluke. Not only are we beating them, we sweeping them. Not only are we beating them, we sweeping them. Come on, man. Nobody can hold this team. We got a superstar Collins, superstar RJ, superstar Karl Anthony Towns. Y'all remember a couple years ago, all the GMs in the league were like, if I'm starting a team, I want Karl Anthony Towns on it. Well, we got him on our team. And we're 12-0 right now. And that team that we were worried about didn't even make it to the finals. It's Jokic. A good old Jokic versus Cat matchup in the finals. They got their whole team, but they got Michael Porter Jr. healthy and playing well. Let's go 16-0. Let's see. Game 1. Game 2. Oh. I was kind of joking about the whole 16-0 idea, but when you got it, you got it. And Karl Anthony Towns stepped it up in the playoffs. He only averaged 19 or something like that, right? He averaged 17 in the regular season. They went out to average 24 in the finals. Come on, man. He knew exactly when to turn it up. And that was this season. I had a lot of fun in this rebuild, man. We got Collin Sexton up to a 90. RJ is basically a 90. You send some players to potential camp. Our whole starting lineup is like 90 and above. Then Larry Nance ended up being pretty good. Joe Harris. Our bench, maybe not the best bench I've ever had, but we won a championship and won 70 games in the process. So thank you so much. And the comment section below, you got to comment Young Bull so you know, for Collin Sexton winning his first championship. This has been Kenny. I'll be back tomorrow. Peace.